So a while back, Dan VR posted a video on how PvE is ruined, and that really piqued my interest because I really only played Deepwoken for the PvE and most of the loot, but oh well. He mentioned a lot of points in the video on how PvE wasn't fun, and a lot of them were pretty solid points that I could relate to. Still, I had a feeling to make a video clarifying that PvE isn't ruined, and there's still a lot of fun things to do in PvE. I feel like his main point revolved around Diluvian, and I honestly agree. It is pretty boring. You're just going around fighting monsters, but you really can't judge one okay-ish part of PvE and then summarize the whole thing on it. Now, PvE isn't just Diluvian or, Primadon, and I know Primadon has a massive cheese that you could do, which I agree also. It can ruin it a lot, but these are things you can intentionally do to not make it fun. Like, you can choose not to use the boat cheese, and you could choose to actually learn how Primadon's movesets work and how to parry or dodge them. And I feel like that's a more fun experience in the long term than going in a boat, shooting cannons at him, with your friend luring him away, getting loot, and saying, oh, Primadon's easy. Boom, got chain to perfection, easy. That's such a boring way to play a game. In the video, he's talking about how you can make a tanky build with insane damage as Silent Heart, and then run around, kill things instantly. And I agree, yeah, you can do it, but it doesn't really ruin PvE. It just makes it not as fun. Like, you can make a normal PvE build, like in the clip I'm playing here. I used freaking Pyre Keeper sword. It's not even PvE, it's a PvP build that I used for PvE. And the only reason it worked is because I know over hundreds of times of killing Chaser, hundreds of times of doing layer 2, that what his movesets are, and I could dodge and parry them. And it's the same as PvP. PvP is not fun if you have this insane damage combo stacking moveset that one-shots your guy. That's not fun, it's boring. It's more fun to learn how to actually fight and to actually fight fairly. Another point he made in the video is there's so many different types of weapons that you can use to PvE with. He mentioned that, oh, I'm gonna take my Enforcer's X and my Evan Spear X with bleed damage that got nerfed. I seen people use Pale Briar. Like, I use Pyre Keeper. You can use literally anything. And I'm not saying it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be maximum damage efficiency, but you're still able to do it with. I feel like he's talking about the people who, I'm not excluding myself. I know myself, I've made builds that are extremely OP and then one-shot most bosses. And that's, it's fun for a while, but it's more fun to make your own build. And instead of like calculating, might need 60 intelligence here, 75 charisma, tough love, mindbreaker. Instead of all that, just make a build, learn how the bosses use their movesets. I've never done Ferryman before because I'm too afraid of losing, and I feel like I need to get over that fear and find out how to actually fight them. And it's, people have to learn in Deepwoken that it's okay to lose your build. It's okay to wipe. And I feel like it's more fun in the long term. I'm not saying it's fun to lose your build. It's not. In the long term, you're slowly gaining experience with those bosses, and you're slowly gaining experience learning how they work. And then at one point in the future, you're going to be extremely skilled at the boss you were grinding for a long time. And it's going to be worth it. And it's more enjoyable knowing that you can parry all its attacks with any build you want than having this, you have to make this exact extreme HP output, 100% HP build kit, high DVM person to one-shot a boss. And I think it's more rewarding knowing that you're able to kill a boss with some lower end tier build than knowing that you won't be able to beat it with low end tier and you have to have a high end PvE build just to take care of it. Anyways, I'm not hating on Dan VR at all. Honestly, I love his videos. Great guy. Go check him out. But I just think that PvE isn't ruined. It's just not fun at certain points in the game. I know it can get stale. And in my 2 years of playing Deepwoken, I have never seriously taken PvP ever. Like, I know I always run from Voidwalkers. I'm that kind of guy who hears the Voidwalker growl and then instantly leaves the game. That's the kind of guy. I guess I'm afraid. I'm afraid of dying and I'm afraid of losing. And I hate it. I hate Voidwalkers, man. So I took it upon myself to actually try Voidwalkers, and it's fun. It's fun to lose. I'm not saying that it's fun to lose all the time, but it's fun to gain this experience and see yourself slowly get better at the game. Now, I know my points are jambled, and some of you may hate on this, but honestly, I think that PvE is not ruined. It's definitely the more iffy. It's on the more iffy side, and the devs definitely got to do some work. And God, I hated that they took the bleed damage away from Evan Spear hand axe. So he's right. I am nitpicky about that, but it's not ruined. Maybe it's gotten stale. When Diluvian first came out, I know I was afraid to do Diluvian because I know I could wipe there, but it was so much fun knowing that I got to wave 15 on my first try, knowing how hard it was. And over time, PvE builds will eventually get better and better. That's just inevitable. People find out better and better tactics, better and better strats, more cheeses, more glitches. That's okay. That's just games work. Play the game how it's supposed to be played. I'm not saying all his points are wrong. I agree with a lot of them, and I think they're valid, solid points. This past week has been the only week of my life playing Deepwoken that I've made a PvP build. I know he mentioned how Astral was an enchant you could so easily get now in 30 minutes, and I totally agree. I think that's so... I saw videos on YouTube saying, I spent 8 hours trying to get an Astral. Here's what I got. And he got 1 Astral Knight. And I think now that you can get it in 30 minutes of grinding at the moon island, that's just, you know, what's kind of sucks that people worked really hard to get Astral. Now it's such an easy enchant to get. I thought it was a really special enchant to get, but not anymore. Same with the loot pools now. That a lot of legendaries like Crit Blade, I see on the Deepwoken Trading Club, some guys trading 17 Crit Blades and 20 Curve Blade of the Winds. All those legendaries that used to be legendaries, they just feel so like irrelevant now, and I don't like how legendaries don't feel legendary anymore. Anyways, this is just my take on that video and how I'm feeling about PvE right now. No hate to anyone. Love Dan VR's content. He's a great guy. Just wanted to point a few things out.